Hi there, business owner, and welcome to the 3Bs podcast, the place where we go beyond the numbers and dive into strategies to help you build a better business one step at a time. I'm your host, Stephanie, a multi-award-winning entrepreneur with over a decade of experience in the bookkeeping and accountancy world. If you're a business owner looking to streamline, grow, and get back the time that you deserve, you're in the right place. We're tackling real-world problems, answering tough questions, and digging deep into business-building secrets in just 15 minutes each week. So are you ready to build a better business with confidence and clarity? Then let's go. Hello and welcome back to another episode of the 3Bs podcast, your go-to place for 15 minutes of CPD certified motivation, inspiration and education each week. If we haven't met before, I'm Stephanie Marshall, founder of ABCS UK, bookkeeper, accountant, business development strategist, recovering perfectionist and influencer of the year 2024 and 2025. But for full transparency, I am someone who is far too familiar with that, oh God, why didn't I do this before Christmas feeling that hits all of us every January. And for the bookkeepers and accountants out there, we know January means tax season and we know it is so busy and so stressful that why didn't we do this before Christmas feeling hits even harder. Today is going to be a lovingly firm, professionally unprofessional nudge from me to you. This episode is called Fix These 5 Things Now or Regret It in January. And trust me, you will regret it in January if you don't. This episode is inspired by ABCS UK's Advent Calendar, by the way. If you're following along, you'll know the vibe. Bite-sized tips to stop you being blindsided by the new year with gifts, takeaways, links to the podcast and all that fun stuff. I'll pop the link in the show notes so you can go and check it out and don't miss out on some of the giveaways. So grab a coffee or whatever you're drinking while avoiding that inbox and let's get into the 5 things every business owner should sort before the year ends. Number 1, and it shouldn't be a surprise, get your bookkeeping up to date. I know, shocking that the bookkeeping girl starts with bookkeeping, but honestly, this one is a non-negotiable. The reason January feels so stressful for so many business owners is because December you promised January you that you'd catch up later, and January you is already tired, already spent, and already dealing with the tax return deadline. New year energy, goal setting, and clients returning from holiday expecting you to be a whole new person. So this is your sign to get your bookkeeping up to date now. Upload the receipts, reconcile the bank, categorize those transactions. Stop pretending that you'll enjoy doing this when the Christmas tree is half dead and you're powering yourself with leftover roses or quality streets. And if you hate doing it or avoid it because you're scared of what the numbers will say, that's exactly why you need to do it now. The numbers are never as scary as the story you tell yourself. And it is so important to get that support. If you really, really hate doing it, do instruct a bookkeeper or accountant like us at ABCS UK to take away that stress and that pressure. We can do it for you, we can help you, you can focus on the business and we can focus on the bits that we're good at, which is data and numbers. Number 2, review your prices for 2026. Do not, I repeat, do not go into the new year charging 2024 or early 2025 prices while your costs have increased, your energy has increased, your expertise has increased, and the economic environment is basically doing the cha-cha slide. Your pricing needs to reflect reality. Your pricing needs to reflect your skill and experience. And your pricing needs to sustain you and all of your members of staff. So now is your time to have a look at what takes you more time than it used to, what your competitors are doing right now, what your clients actually need right now, what you need to earn to cover your life plus business, and what needs to go. Services are allowed to retire, products are allowed to stop being sold. This is a time where you need to reflect on your year honestly and openly and say goodbye to the things that no longer serve you. If you want a brutally honest guide, episode 124 was all about VAT, value and pricing psychology. It's well worth a listen if you haven't, or maybe go back and give yourself a refresher over that Boxing Day leftover turkey. Update your pricing now so you're not awkwardly emailing clients mid-January apologising for the change in prices. New year is the clean slate moment. Use it to your advantage. Number 3, check your subscriptions and automatic payments. The silent killer of small business profits is the subscriptions you forgot existed, or the subscriptions you're paying twice for the same thing. Now, this is important for both personal and business life. I definitely recommend auditing your personal subscriptions too. After all, you've probably got Netflix, Disney Plus, and YouTube, and realistically, you don't need all 3. Do a sweep of apps, software, courses, memberships, tools you tried once and never used again, free trials that then went into paying that you've never actually looked at, that thing you subscribed to that one time because the checkout page was pretty. These all add up, like genuinely add up. I've seen business reclaim hundreds of pounds a month for things they didn't realize they were still paying for and they weren't using. When you do your subscription audit, ask yourself these 3 questions. 1, do I use it? 2, do I need it? 3, does it generate money or save time? If the answer is no to any of those things, cut it out. Treat it like cleaning out the fridge before Christmas or going to the kids' room and getting rid of all those old broken toys to make space for new ones. Out with the old, in with the new. Number 4, set your boundaries before the new year. This is the one I wish more business owners did. If you don't decide your boundaries now, January decides them for you. Think about your working hours, your communication response times, what you're no longer available for, what you're not carrying into next year, when clients can expect work from you, whether you want your Fridays back, whether you want fewer meetings, whether you want more breathing room. Write them down. Tell your client in the nicest, warmest, most professionally unprofessional way, these are your boundaries from now on, and stick to them. I know it's hard when we've been actually letting clients scope creep or overrun or take your time for a really long time in some cases. But now is the time to draw a line in the sand, and these are your boundaries going forward, and this is what you expect. For example, at ABCS UK, we are open 9:30 to 2:30 Monday to Friday around the school hours. We don't open for client facing in August. We take off most school holidays. We have office hours so that people can stay in touch with us. So 1 hour a week in the summer is specifically set aside for client communications. Clients know from the outset that is what is happening. But there was a point in time where that didn't happen, and I had to introduce that for my own sanity and my own health. So even if you've been letting clients run wild for years, now is the time to set those boundaries before the new year. If you're going to send an email out with your opening hours over Christmas, it's great to include it in that email too. Just say, please note from January, this is what's happening. Don't forget that boundaries are a business strategy, not a personality trait. And nothing is worse than starting a new year burnt out because you dragged 2025 behaviour into 2026. And finally, number 5, get your year-end plan in place. January feels overwhelming because most people walk into it blindfolded, still half drunk on Baileys, still having chocolate for breakfast, and definitely not ready to hit 2026 running. So here's your checklist. What are your Q1 goals? They should be down now. The first 90 days of 2026, January to March, what are your Q1 goals? Do you have the numbers to support those goals? Again, we're going back to number 1. If your bookkeeping is not up to date, how do you know that your business has the numbers to support those goals? What is the first offer you're selling in January? For most bookkeepers and accountants, it's going to be those last-minute tax return services. What does your cash flow look like for the next 60 days? Remember that there's a lot of bank holidays between Christmas and New Year, as well as everybody closing down. So will suppliers pay you early? Will they pay late? Are you paying your payroll early or late? What does the next 60 days look like from a cash flow perspective for you and your business? Does anything need raising, removing, or reworking? Now, that can be pricing, that can be boundaries, that can be staff members. Is there anything that needs to come, needs to go, just needs a tweak? And are you going to do that in Q1 of 2026? And also look at what marketing channels actually worked in 2025. The marketing landscape changes all the time. The algorithms change all the time. Strategies that work and don't work and consumer behavior changes all the time. So have a look at what marketing channels actually worked in 2025 and know that when you go into 2026, double down on what did work, but be mindful of the fact that you may need to tweak that and look around as 2026 behaviors kick in. What are you repeating in Q1 and what are you retiring? A plan doesn't need to be complicated, it just needs to exist. Future you will genuinely thank current you if you enter 2026 with a plan in place for the Q1. So those are the 5 things to fix now or regret in January. 1, get your bookkeeping up to date. 2, review your pricing. 3, audit your subscriptions and your costs in your business and personally. 4, set your boundaries and stick to them. That's the really important bit, the sticking to it bit. And 5, have your year-end plan ready so that you can hit 2026 Q1 on the ground running. Small steps now save you from massive stress in the new year. I promise, I've lived it, I've breathed it, I've done it myself. Far too many Decembers and Januaries. If you do need help with any of this, the link to my diary is in the show notes. And if you want structured support, systems and strategy for 2026, for bookkeepers, you already know you're welcome inside the Mildly Social community. Next week's episode is a great guest episode with Natalie Edwards from Made in the Button Room. I can't wait for you to hear it. You will not want to miss it. If you found this helpful, please do like, rate and review. It takes 5 seconds and it helps more than you could possibly know and help me reach more business owners who need this kind of calm, clear guidance in their ears for 15 minutes every Thursday. I will see you next week for the next episode. Bye. And that brings us to the end of another episode of the 3Bs podcast. I hope you found it useful and that you're walking away with some motivation, inspiration, or education to help you build a better business. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and of course connect with us on social media for more insights, tips, and behind the scenes content. Your next step in building a better business is just a click away. I can't wait to connect with you, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye.